Hello, my divine kings and queens. I'm back to do another video. In today's message, what we're going to be going over is God is saying he had to break you with purpose. God is saying that he had to break you with purpose. A lot of the situations that you had to go through and people that you were tied to, there were phases and cycles that you went through where you learned about why you went through these situations, and you learned about who these people truly were to you and the part that they played in allowing you and getting you to this position that you are right now. And what I mean by allowing, or the part that they played on with you being on your spiritual journey, the part that they played in opening up your eyes to see who they truly are, opening up your eyes to see who you truly are. In this moment where God is saying he had to break you with purpose, there are a lot of you who had done certain things in your life that people held to you, right? They held on to the things that you did in the past. They held on to past sins, addictions that you had, things that you used to do, the people that you used to roll with, the places that you used to go and frequent, right? And see, a lot of you didn't understand what God was doing when he approached you and told you that he wanted you to step into this new phase and cycle of your life where it was something he was calling you to do, whether it was giving back to people, inspiring people, or ultimately moving completely from where you currently were, moving to a different state, moving to a new city, moving into a new home. Whatever it is that God was uprooting in your life, it was so that he could take you to the next level and phase of your life. A lot of you didn't know it because in that period and in that time, you was very broken. And you didn't understand why you had to encounter these people. You didn't understand why the backlash was so great. You didn't understand why certain responses or feedback, you just didn't understand why you had to go through so much adversity and opposition in your life, right? And God is saying it's because he had to break you with purpose. And breaking you with purpose, it allowed you to shine brighter. It allowed him to renew you and to restructure you, to prepare you for this new phase and cycle of your life. The very same cycle and phase that when you stepped into it, a lot of people felt that you was unworthy to be in this position because of the things that you had done. But God is telling you that that's neither here nor there, because he had forgiven you of those things already. He had forgiven you of those situations. He is placing you in a new phase and a new cycle of your life because of how you approached every situation that you were in. You prayed to him. You prayed without ceasing. You prayed every night. You prayed every day. And when you approached him and you humbled yourself before him. You approached him as his most humble servant. You approached him as a sinner, and acknowledging that there are still some things that you have to deal with inwardly that are not yet dealt with. You approached him and acknowledging that you're still a sinner, and asking him to have mercy on your soul, to forgive you and to show you the way, to guide you, to give you the strength, to help you where you are lacking. And it was because of that, that he came to your rescue and he answered your prayers. But he is telling you that a part of the solution to your problem was breaking you so that he can build you up again, breaking you so that he can restructure you, breaking you as he was cleansing you. See, that period that you were going through, you didn't understand that those relationships were no more. Those friendships were no more. The marriages, the divorces, everything that you felt you went through that broke your spirit had to happen because God was breaking you with purpose. God was breaking you with purpose, he is saying. He was breaking you with purpose. Never mind what the people say. Listen to what he is telling you. He had to break you with purpose so that you will understand who it is, who you are to him, how special you are to him. There are certain situations that you will go through that will allow you to think differently, move differently than how you used to or how you normally would. before you went through that period. You were looking at things differently, feeling like certain situations you probably had to hold on to out of codependency, out of not believing in yourself. Again, you was operating out of fear, out of doubt. You weren't believing in yourself, but you kept going to God, praying your prayer, knowing that you weren't perfect, knowing that you wasn't doing everything right, but it was the way that you approached the situation. You wanted to be different. You wanted better for yourself. You wanted a change in your life. And when you stuck to God and you asked him for the change, when you just said enough is enough and you're tired, and you just said, God, I want what it is that you have for me. I'm ready to be different. I'm ready for this change that you have. I'm ready for changes to happen in my life. I am ready for you to take me to the next level and phase of my life, Father God. He's saying, you ready? Are you truly ready for this? Because see, that old you can't go into this new season and beginning that I've prepared for you. So before I can take you there, I have to break you in order to heal you, to restructure you, to renew you once more. People broke you and broke your spirit so bad, not knowing how to handle you, not knowing what to do and to help you, to pray for you. There are a lot of people who played one way to your face but had totally, completely different conversations behind your back. Some who perceived you at the end of the day they perceived you and looked at you a certain type of way when all you wanted was better for your life. You have to understand, before you can start to understand who these people are and why they are the way that they are, you have to understand the purpose that you have and the path that you're on. There are going to be forces that go up against you because they don't want you to be on this path. There is a battle and a war between good and evil, and you have to understand that's why you was met with resistance. That's why it was a constant uphill battle, going in and out, back and forth, because you was battling with these addictions, you was battling with these strongholds, you was battling with these soul ties. But God didn't allow you to die in your sin. He said, I'm not going to allow the devil to have the last laugh or say so over your life. He allowed you to have enough free will in order for you to figure certain things out on your own, but not too far where he couldn't pull you back in order to get you back on the path that he needed you to be on. That was him saving you. That was him guiding you. That was him making sure that you did not die in your sin. So people can hold you to the things that you have done, but you have to understand it's not what the people say. It's what God say. And God say that your name will be known amongst the nations, that you are a leader of his people. That he appointed you in this position for a reason, because this is your season. He had to break you with purpose in order for you to realize that. In breaking you with purpose, it broke down all those barriers. It broke down all those layers of yourself that were holding you back, that were keeping you stagnant, that were keeping you confused, that were keeping you stuck, that was keeping you lost, that was keeping you down in fear and doubt and worry and shame and embarrassment. There was nothing about you that you needed to be embarrassed about, because we all have sinned. We were born into sin. This is why God had to give his only begotten son to die on the cross for our sins. A lot of people forget that. A lot of people forget that. There are some who, like I said, were very evil, who tried to break you in the worst way so that you would not get back up again. They were trying to break your spirit and break your soul so they can sit and laugh at how they were able to overcome you. You have to understand that this is a battle for souls. God is trying to save as many souls as he can, and the devil is trying to damn as many as he can. If you're not careful, you will lose yourself and get entrapped in this downward spiral that he wants you to be trapped in, with addictions, with temptations, with things of the world. And it's very hard when you're on this path. It's very hard, but God understands that. And that's why he is walking with you and letting you know that you're not doing it alone. But a lot of you have to change your mind and understand it's not what the people say, it's what he said. Because no matter what they said, he didn't leave your side. No matter what the people say, he came, he won't let go. He won't let go, no, no. Whoa, 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 whoa. No matter what the people say, he gonna love you anyway. You are his life, he won't let go. The people may disagree, them blessings you still gonna see. You are his life, he won't let go. No matter what people say about you, no matter what they think about you, these were decisions and mistakes that you had to make so that when you approach this certain phase of your life, God would have been able to come in for you because you realized there was no one else that you could depend on. There were a lot of people that you realized their true natures and it hurt you. But see, God had to reveal to you who these people were, why you were in these situations, so that you would look at things from a different perspective, from his perspective. And see, when you reflected back on these situations that you were in, it wasn't with anger or resentment in your heart. You were actually able to connect the dots and understand like why you had to go through what you had to go through and how it made you stronger, how it made you wiser, how it got you to where you are to this day. You're completely different. You're not the same. Things were never going to be the same because God broke you with purpose. He broke you so your light will shine brighter. He broke you so that you would be wiser. He broke you to elevate you. He broke you to elevate you, to propel you, to get you to the next level of your life. He broke you with purpose. He broke you with meaning because you are valuable to him. He broke you with purpose. You would have never seen things the way that he needed you to see it had he not. And breaking you with purpose was revealing to you how these situations and these relationships and these friendships, these family dynamics did not benefit you, but caused you more pain and hurt and damage. And once you were able to see, you were able to shed off those old layers and beliefs about yourself so that he can come in and do what he needed to do for your life. You surrendered and you released control and you allowed God to come in to do what he needed to do. To give you those blessings that he had in store for you. You had to allow him to come in. If you let him, he'll change your life. If you get out his way, he'll take you to where it is he needs you to be. If you just pause and ask for guidance, he'll show you where you need to go. You weren't doing any of these things before you thought that you understood these people. You thought that you had life figured out, but you didn't. And it wasn't until your soul really started to grow weary and you was trying to figure out what it is that's going on in your life. Why are you constantly drained? Why don't you feel good about yourself? Why don't you have the energy or the strength to get up out your bed every day? Even in the midst of him blessing you. See, it's not enough for God to see who you are to him. You had to see who you are to him. And you weren't seeing it because you were surrounded by so many hidden devils and negative energies that were trying to overcome you and consume you. So you wouldn't believe in yourself and you wouldn't see what God needed you to see. So he had to, with purpose, so you would see it, so you would believe it, so you would be in a position to receive it. He had to break you with purpose in order to heal you, to restore you, to renew you, and to prepare you for that level that he already had in store for you. To prepare you for those blessings that he had in store for you. To prepare you for that new beginning that he had in store for you. You could have been dead, sleeping in your grave, but God bless you to see another day. And even when you did wrong, he was still there, still there. Be so glad that God got still hears a sinner's prayer. Be so glad that God still hears a sinner's prayer. He heard your prayers, heard your cries. And this is why, even though he didn't want you to go through that period of hurt and betrayal and how bad you had to deal with these demonic people, it was necessary for your growth. It was necessary for you to evolve, for you to transition. Because even though people may not ever let you live down the things that you have done, there was a different type of fulfillment that you found within God, that you found within Jesus when you chose to come to him as you were. Because you knew he didn't have no respect of persons. He didn't care about what background you come from, what car you drive, how much money you have up in your bank account. All he cared about was if you was ready to truly take this leap of faith. If you were truly ready for the changes that he had and were about to make in your life, so that you would step into this new phase that he needed you to step into. That's all he cared about. And whosoever is ready for those changes, and whosoever is ready to change these things about themselves in order to heal, in order to grow, in order to evolve, as long as you are ready, he is right there to carry you and guide you where you need to be. And it's right there in that moment that he has you where he needs you to be, because he can get to you. He can instruct you on what it is that he needs you to do. He didn't want to, but he had to. Break you with purpose in order to renew you, to restore you. And your light shines so much brighter now. You are in a better position in your life now. You feel renewed. Your soul is uplifted. He had to break you. He had to cleanse you. He didn't understand what he was doing. He was cleansing you from those unholy spirits, those spirits that were latched on to you. Every chance they got, trying to make you feel bad, trying to condemn you, trying to keep you down, trying to keep you still, trying to keep you stagnant, trying to hurt you in some type of capacity, on some type of level, didn't even have a reason. You were innocent in a lot of these situations, undeserving of the way and the mistreatment that people dealt out to you. But you handled it with style and with grace. You got down on your knees and you gave those burdens to him. And you asked him to heal you, to change you, to renew you, and to have mercy on your soul for the things that you have done. But he had already forgiven you before you got down on your knees and prayed to him. He was just waiting for you to come and step to him. Stop worrying about what people have to say about you. Because even in those moments that you were sinning and you were praying, God heard every single prayer. And that's why you didn't die in your sin. People could say what they want to say all day, but allow people to talk. Allow people to feel like sometimes that's what makes people feel big about themselves, that they can talk about somebody else's business and not even know what they talking about. But allow people to do whatever they feel like they're big and bad enough to do. Because a lot of people will talk about the person who had the strength to make those changes within their life. A lot of people will talk about the person who had the strength and the courage to take a leap of faith for the betterment of themselves. They'll talk about the person that they know had the strength and courage that they do not possess. So you have to understand, when people talk, it's showing just how weak they are. It's showing just how unhealed they are. You have to stop allowing it to affect you and understand how special and valuable you are to the Most High. Because they're going to talk. But how are you going to handle the situation? He knows what he has in store for you. And he wants you to step into it. He is trying to guide you there. But this is why he had to break you with purpose, so that the old you would step into that new beginning that he had prepared for you. And I know that it hurt you. I know that people, they said some really nasty things and judged you very harshly. But it was because they were trying to prevent you from stepping into what God had in store for you. You didn't even know it. When a person can get up in your head and cause you to feel doubtful and fear the unknown, well, it's like God was telling you, don't worry about how it's going to end. Put your trust and your faith in me. I got you to the end. You don't have to worry about that. But see, when you're around toxic, negative energies that don't want you to better yourself because they don't have the strength and the courage to better themselves, or if they do, they just don't want you to better yourself. Some people want you to stay at a certain level so they'll always be able to say that they did this better than you, or that they better than you in this aspect, or that you did this and you was here and you was a sinner here and you did this. But let me tell you something, God still chose you. God still bless you. God still love you. I walked in the church, Lord, on a Sunday morning, stood outside contemplating whether I should walk through the door. You see, a lot of folks know me from way back when, people holding me to those past sins. But I know all have sinned and come short of his glory. Be glad that you're still here to tell your story. Be glad that you are still here to tell your story. Never mind those people who are holding you to your old sins. Never mind those people who are holding you to your old self, who you once were, because that old you is dead and gone. It's no more. You are not that person anymore. You are not a product of your environment. You are better. This is why God had to take you out of where you were. He had to take you out of those situations. Before he could take you out, he had to break you so you will realize why you were in those situations in the first place, so that he can heal you, to renew you, and to restore you. Ultimately, it changed you for the better and got you on your path. Don't you see how it all folded and tied in together? It was a reason behind those betrayals and that pain and that hurt that you had to go through. People holding you to those past sins. But see, you're forgetting something. You're forgetting something. That God was still there for you because he understands that no man in this world is perfect. But he took you and saw something in you that you didn't see in yourself, and knew that you were going to save a lot of people's lives, and knew that once he got you to where you needed to be, that you was going to soar and take off from there. And you were going to do some amazing things with your life. You are doing them right now as we speak. A lot of you are first generation curse breakers. A lot of you are doing things that no one has ever done before. You have to understand, look at all these people who had so much to say about you. Look at where they are currently and look at where you are. God allowed certain things to work the way that they needed to work, and in the end, he blessed you before all these people so they would understand and see who you are to him and what he had in store for your life. No matter how many people go up against you, God's favor is bigger than that of men. He can do things for you that no man on this earth can do. He wasn't going to allow people to condemn you and judge you and hurt you and break you the way that they did, and allowed you to stay there and die there in that phase and in that cycle and in that period of your life. But while you were there, he was guiding you so that you would get up out those periods and step into what it is that he needed you to step into. Cause even when you did wrong, he was still there, still there, yeah. Be so glad that God still hears a sinner's prayer. And with that, I want you to know that if you need inspiration, you got it in me. If you need motivation, love, you got it in me. You understand that I come with that real, I don't come with that fake. I'm your sister for life. I want you to continue to hold your head up high and listen to what I say. God has big things in store for you. Stop hanging around people who are trying to discourage you and prevent you from stepping to what he needs you to step into. Every day you make those strides to be a better you for you. You are not in a marathon. You are not in a race. You are not in a competition with anybody. Everybody has their moment. Everybody has their season. Everybody has their blessings and miracles that God is performing in their lives. No one man is bigger or greater than the other. God don't have no respect of persons. If you stay obedient and you stay dutiful, he will do what it is that he promised he would do for you. Continue to push. Continue to hold your head up high. These people ain't got no power. They ain't got no deed. So you ain't got to worry. You need not worry anymore about what these people have to say about you. Because God is always going to take you to new levels, higher levels of your life before these very same people. So let them keep talking. And you just sit back and keep doing what God needs you to do so he can keep on blessing. And until next time, stay prayed up and be blessed. I love you.